everybody, Kimberly DeWitt from DeWitt Consultancy Partners. Pleasure to see you all from a distance. And for the record, I did make it in one piece. As you can see behind me, I am in an awesome Airbnb called Coliseum Square that is in the nice part of Dar es Salaam called Masaki. So, Mambo. And just to give you guys a quick heads up on what we're up to over the next 2 weeks. So far you have seen the couple of videos and pics and everything of my trip to get here and getting settled in, my run-ins with lack of internet and lack of Wi-Fi. So we've gotten all of those issues figured out. We have internet, we have Wi-Fi, we have a normal phone. Great job, T-Mobile. I am uber impressed. So for those in the States, if you guys need to call me, guess what? You can call my normal number, and I'm getting everybody's calls, text, emails, just like normal. So, like I said, the world of DCP never stops. I am proving it here in Dar es Salaam. Over the next 2 weeks, to give you an idea of what we're up to. So we've been talking a lot about strategic expansion. And for those of you who've had a chance to meet with me, talk with me, follow my business since I first started this in 2021, you know, it's always been one of my goals to expand and to do what I do, whether it be IT, consulting, small business advisory, all of those good things, be able to do it everywhere and share that knowledge as best I can. So our first point of expansion is right here on the African continent in Tanzania. A couple of new things that we have in terms of what has actually brought us here to Tanzania. One of my clients, who is now my business venture partner, Arthur Asambwile with Novaterra Solutions, is a business owner in his own right. And he has a business in America and a business in Dar es Salaam. So we're going to be partnering in creating a new professional training and personal development institute, training facility called the Technology Learning Alliance. So I know this might be a little bit hard to see, but keep an eye out for our website, and it will be out there pretty soon, hopefully by Monday, actually. You'll be able to go click through our electronic flipbook and see what the Technology Learning Alliance is about. So it's the TLA, actually, that brings me to Tanzania for this trip. A lot of this trip is going to be making connections. So the need for information technology, for professional training, for personal training, just like in the States, it is needed everywhere. And it is vastly important for the individual to be able to make their own way in life. So a lot of the groups that I'm going to be meeting with on this trip is to do an initial introduction, make some really great connections, and hopefully get the ball rolling on finding a few strategic partners that we can start to build out the TLA with. On deck for Monday, actually, is the Department of Commerce based at the U.S. Embassy in Dar es Salaam. So very exciting. I'm going to be meeting with them to do basic introduction, show them what services DCP has to offer, sell myself, obviously, because I am a DCP, and hopefully be able to branch off into some other partners and potential other leads that they might have to see who we could partner with. Also on deck is AmCham. So if you've never heard of AmCham, AmCham is an organization that is in every country, as far as I can tell, where essentially they're American businesses that network together. In addition to networking to build their own businesses in whatever country they're in or continent that they're on, they network within each other. So for instance, in AmCham Tanzania, who I'm working on getting a meeting with this week, there are members, I believe Ford is one of them. I believe Coca-Cola is another one of them. So a lot of different American businesses that I'm hoping to, at the very least, get on their radar, maybe interact at a few meetings, that sort of thing. So those two main groups will be who I'll be meeting with at the beginning part of the week. Latter part of the week, I'm going to be working on visiting universities. So a part of professional development obviously can start in that formal education space. And Dar es Salaam and Tanzania in general has a number of highly rated technology colleges and technology universities that are accredited. So I am working on meeting with some administrators from these various colleges, both on the Dar es Salaam side and in Zanzibar. So it gives us a reason to go hop on a ferry, a 2-hour ferry, to go over to the island of Zanzibar and get a tour of those universities, meet with some administrators, and again, see where we can partner in terms of providing either augmented education on top of what they're already doing for a technology curriculum, which could include things like additional coding classes, professional classes. For all my IT folks out there, you know that some of us don't do well interacting with client-facing folks or business-facing folks. We just like to sit behind a computer and code. So some of those more personal skills, social skills are very much needed as well. So plenty of opportunity for DCP to partner, to augment what's already existing, and to be a good resource and be a good partner. So we'll see how that goes. My goal is to get 6 to 8 universities under my belt in terms of interviewing and reviewing their curriculum, things of that nature. Got a couple of leads under my belt. So we'll be working on that this week. Next week, my second week, will be focused hopefully on follow-ups in terms of being able to get back with folks, have those secondary meetings, maybe get some things going in the hopper so that when I come back second quarter, which will be June, July-ish, I want to have a 2-3 day conference to plan. I want to be able to have some training classes in mind. I want to be able to have some appointments to maybe sit with some small groups, whether those be small businesses, whether that be students or college folks who are in a technology program, maybe have some opportunity to interact. So as I mentioned, pretty ambitious goals this particular trip, but I think it's going to be a good trip. I've got a lot of good resources here between the Department of Commerce, between the U.S. Embassy, a lot of the organizations that I work with back home, various aspects of the Department of Commerce and SBA, things of that nature. So a lot of good resources to help my little tiny small business start to expand, get ourselves seen, things of that nature. So before I leave you guys for today, a couple of things I wanted to bring your attention to. I know I've gotten a lot of questions about what our services are, the kinds of different things that we do. So I'll just give you a small primer. I got a bunch of marketing stuff printed off to get some better information about us. As I mentioned, keep an eye on our website. And some of the things that you're going to see on our website is our strategy guide. So if you haven't seen our strategy guide, we currently have one for Kenya and we have one for Tanzania. So I'm working on getting those posted out to our site, both in an ebook form, which will be very cool. You'll love it. And then also obviously have physical versions, as I'm out and about meeting people. And keep an eye out. I might be traveling to Kenya for a couple of days, both to meet some personal friends, as well as I might have a couple of business leads that I'm working on. So we'll see how that goes. Pray for me. Overall, I'm staying safe, keeping safety, always safety first. While I'm doing that, meeting as many people as I can, and miss you guys back at home. So keep an eye on us. DCP never stops. Bye, guys.